India's Chandrayaan-3 lunar landing didn't just make history, it literally birthed a brand new national legacy. In today's deep dive, we're skipping the basic background and jumping straight into the engineering miracles, the scientific goldmine that was uncovered, and how one single touchdown fundamentally shifted an entire nation's calendar. Let's get right into it. 4 seems like a pretty tiny number, right? But when we're talking about space exploration, it represents absolute exclusivity. On August 23, 2023, at exactly 6:04 p.m. Indian Standard Time, India joined this highly elite club, becoming only the 4th nation in human history to actually pull off a soft landing on the moon.
All right, let's look at part 1, the historic touchdown.
So, previous lunar missions, they mostly went for the easy route, targeting the relatively safe, flat, and well-lit equatorial regions. But Chandrayaan-3 aimed straight for the lunar South Pole. And let me tell you, that is an absolute navigational nightmare. We're talking about a rugged landscape filled with massive, unpredictable craters and pitch-black shadows that can easily blind a descending spacecraft sensor.
But against all odds, the Vikram lander threaded the needle perfectly. It navigated right between 2 massive craters, Manzinus and Boguslawsky, and touched down on a high-altitude plateau. And this spot is so freezing and hostile, it sits at a lunar latitude that's perfectly comparable to the southernmost tip of Antarctica right here on Earth. So yeah, definitely not a vacation spot. Moving on to part 2, the South Pole advantage.
Look, while the former Soviet Union, the United States, China, and India make up the entire soft landing club, India holds a completely exclusive, singular distinction. They are the very first country in history to successfully reach the vicinity of the moon's South Pole. Nobody else has done it.
You might be wondering, why take such an enormous risk? Well, it all comes down to those permanently shadowed craters. Because they haven't seen sunlight in billions of years, they act as cold traps. They hold immense reserves of water ice and valuable volatile compounds. This isn't just about collecting a few cool rocks. This is literally the fuel and life support stepping stone we need for our future survival in deep space. It's a total game changer.
Which brings us to part 3, Station Shiv Shakti.
Just a few days after the landing, on August 26th, the government moved to officially name this precise touchdown site Shiv Shakti Point. It's a really beautiful blend of concepts. Shiv represents the immense, steadfast resolve needed to pull off this feat, while Shakti honors the power, energy, and unyielding dedication of the scientists behind the mission. And that name is now internationally recognized and officially recorded in global lunar mapping systems as Station Shiv Shakti.
Now, we mentioned earlier that this latitude compares to Earth's Antarctica. But what on Earth, or actually scratch that, what on the moon does the lunar South Pole actually have in common with our freezing southern continent?
The answer is literally in the dirt. The soil and rock samples at Shiv Shakti Point are a staggering 3.7 billion years old. But here's the truly crazy part. Scientific analysis reveals their chemical makeup is a near-perfect match to a very specific lunar meteorite found right here on Earth, down in Antarctica, back in the early 1980s. It's an incredibly rare, tangible link that gives scientists a direct window into the early evolution of the moon.
And finally, part 4, a national space legacy.
Zooming out from the hard science for a second, this single touchdown triggered an absolute chain reaction back home. Following the August 23rd landing and the site naming, a cabinet resolution officially declared August 23rd as National Space Day. The government essentially minted a brand new national holiday out of a scientific triumph. And this lays the crucial groundwork for incredibly ambitious upcoming projects like the Gaganyaan human spaceflight mission.
And you know, National Space Day isn't just about the country patting itself on the back. It's a highly calculated move to inspire a massive new wave of young minds to actually pursue space science. It actively honors the immense dedication of the engineers, and it brilliantly blends India's rich, ancient heritage of astronomical thought with its cutting-edge modern tech. The whole goal is to promote a culture of innovation nationwide.
So, as we trace the phenomenal path of Chandrayaan-3 and watch citizens celebrate National Space Day every August 23rd, we are left with one really massive lingering thought. With this immense breakthrough officially in the books and an entirely new, deeply inspired generation looking up at the cosmos, what impossible frontier will India's space program conquer next?